Where do I begin with One Piece 711? This chapter, first of all, those goddamn Gnomes, garden gnomes, those freaking whatever the hell you want to call them. Did they just like violate Robin like that? Really? Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I was like for a second, yo, are they gonna rape Robin right here in front of all? That shit was crazy. Like, they had Robin there pressed down, they were ready to strip her butt naked, and Usopp, the great liar, saved the day with his lies. You gotta love Usopp. That beginning was freaking hilarious. I absolutely loved it. It was funny, and at the same time, it felt very awkward and like cringeworthy. It's like, yo, they really trying to rape Robin here? And it really just builds a mystery about these guys throughout this entire chapter. These genomes, pretty much what they're about and everything, because they have their own little society, their own little kingdom. And then at the same time, they're also helping out the Straw Hats in a way. You got Zoro now; he's got some knowledge of what's going down with the Don Quixote family. Same thing with Sanji. So they're actually helping out, and I'm kind of glad that they're actually like not just introduced for, hey, this comical reason we got these little genomes running around. They actually are serving a purpose. So props to Oda for doing that. Only Oda can make little garden gnome looking things become relevant and interesting all at the same time. I'm not gonna lie, I just freaking died laughing with that beginning. That shit was absolutely hilarious. Comedy gold with One Piece in that part. And then, when Zoro's running and Sanji's running, it's just like the tension with this chapter was totally there. And then you got that ending where pretty much this is all a setup, and you think Law has this big plan, but Don Quixote Doflamingo had an even bigger plan. Like, yo, it's pretty much seeming as though the government and Doflamingo decided to team up and capture Law instead, because I guess they probably found out about what Law had done and Punk Hazard and violating everything, and they're pretty much gonna side with Doflamingo and like, yo, let's capture Law and the Straw Hats. Doflamingo one up Law. Like, yo, how do you one up the Law? How do you do that? This shit was freaking crazy. This chapter, just absolute madness going on. It's like, then you also got the small connection, and it's really making me think that there's something more to this toy, because he sees Rebecca, and Rebecca, first of all, looks like she's in some sort of prison cell or whatever. I don't know if that's just the bars of the windows, since they don't have windows in that town or something, but it makes you think, what is Rebecca's connection with the toy? That was very brief and very, like, out of nowhere, but it's a possibility maybe that toy ate some sort of devil fruit and became a toy? Just a thought. Maybe he ate the toy fruit. I don't freaking know. But that really just caught my eye a little bit. It was like they have sort of a connection. She's like, once I win this tournament, let's be together. It makes you really, or live together. It makes you really think that maybe that was her former lover and he ate the toy fruit. And maybe she got captured as a prisoner. She's a prisoner or something. And the only way for her to be free is to win this tournament and maybe get that. Maybe she thinks getting that devil fruit power will allow her to escape or something. I don't know what it is. Or maybe her master is telling her, yo, you better win this tournament. If not, you're going to be a slave forever or something. I'm not exactly sure, but it was really interesting to see that brief encounter between the two, and that this toy has more involvement. Like the garden gnomes, or I'm going to call them garden gnomes because the G-gnomes, that's how they were said in the chapter. I'm going to call them garden gnomes. Them and the toy, it kind of really brings together like this weird vibe that both of them have some very high stakes on this island of Greenbit. And then just overall, that ending just really was a true shocker. Now, Admiral Fujitora, if his goal was to possibly catch Straw Hat, he would have gotten Straw Hat at the time because he knew that was Luffy. He's not stupid. I'm pretty sure even a blind man can know that that's Luffy, especially when if you're an admiral, regardless if you're blind or not, you're gonna be able to tell that that was Luffy. And even when they had that encounter, so it's a possibility that they're not even really necessarily aiming to capture the Straw Hats, but more so Law. And if that's the case, what if Law gets captured and we're on some Marineford shit again to go get Law because maybe Luffy is like, yo, we formed a partnership and at the end of the day I can't let my partner down. That's going to be insane. Insane. The connections with these characters is just like, what overall is the Garden Gnomes connections to the Don Quixote family? I imagine there's a possibility that they're slaves to them. They use them for whatever, maybe carrying out missions and whatnot, and that's what their connection is, because they were really keeping it hush-hush with their whole connection and everything. Overall chapter, brilliant chapter, giving it a 4.3 out of 5. Just craziness going on. I just can't wait to see is, like, Fujitora and all the Marines and everything, and Doflamingo, since they're going to go after Law, are they also going to rope up the Straw Hats as well? Let me know in the comment section below your overall thoughts of this chapter. Craziness with this One Piece chapter. Absolute best chapter this week by far, definitely, is madness. What are your theories? Me, personally, I think that the Garden Gnomes, like I said, they're slaves to the Don Quixote family. They work for them. Because they even seem malicious. Like, yo, they're trying to practically rape Robin. They're violating Robin. Come on, there's definitely something up with them. And as well as the toy, he's possibly, I think he was previously a human or something, and he ate a devil fruit that turned him into a toy. That's my theory on that. And the government got Law. I think they pulled one over with Doflamingo, and that's what's up with that. That's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you can't wait to see what's going to happen next with Doflamingo. Unfortunately, no One Piece again next week, and it's understandable. Oda's been sick, whatever, but it's going to be maddening waiting 2 weeks for the next chapter of this. Like, really? Really? For World, and as always, people, have an awesome day.